So this next short take is going to be about Damian Lillard requesting a trade, quote unquote, running from the grind. And the only trade that he wants or he desires to go to is the Miami Heat to play with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. And basically, his request was to go to that team only, not to any other teams, no other types of suggestions. So here's my reaction to this. First of all, this makes Damian Lillard look like a hypocrite because we all know that Damian, he used to talk about, what he would never do in terms of teaming up with players. And also, he used to go at Paul George, he used to go at Kevin Durant for what they did in terms of, you know, those players going over to play with Steph and for Paul George to go play with Kawhi Leonard. Then you also have him talking about, he didn't like what the Lakers did to Russell Westbrook. Damian Lillard, I mean, he just basically has been hustling everybody to say that he wouldn't do something and then he turns around and he does it. Okay. I mean, he would act, you know, a certain way with the media and, saying that he would never run from the grind, never run away from, Portland and stuff like that. And it's obvious that, he's doing that now. Okay. He requested a trade. And not only is this trade, going to, a good team, but it's been a very successful team in the playoffs. Okay. They've gone over to the finals 2 out of the last 3 years. And one of the years they went to a conference finals. So they have been successful as a team. Okay. But I also think that Damian, he was very comfortable back in the day in terms of being a big fish in a small pond. Okay. And let's say that he does go over to the Heat. The level of expectations will go even higher for him. Okay. He will be expected to win a championship by the mainstream media. Now, in my opinion, I don't believe that Damian Lillard is that good enough. I don't believe that he's a superstar. Okay. The numbers say that. Okay. He has the worst winning percentage in playoff history. Okay. He does. And everybody, they all want to talk about the shot that he hit against the Rockets and against the Thunder to end their series. But those teams, they were not championship contender level teams. They weren't. Okay. He doesn't, perform well against elite teams. Okay. I mean, we saw him get swept by the Pelicans against Drew Holiday. CJ McCollum played well, but he did it. I mean, it was basically just backcourt for backcourt. Now we all know that Anthony Davis, he he definitely did dominate in that series to a good degree defensively and make things tough. But for the most part, it was the IQ of Rondo and Drew Holiday that won them that series against the Blazers. Okay. Then in 2019, without Kevin Durant, And without DeMarcus Cousins, the Warriors, they swept them. And in 3 out of the 4 games, Damian Lillard, he was up 15 to 18 points going into the third and the fourth quarter. And he still got swept. He got smoked by Steph. I mean, Steph, he averaged 36.5 points on Dame's head. Okay? And CJ still outplayed them. In fact, without Jamal Murray at one point, Jamal Murray, he was out for the entire series against the Blazers at one point. And Jokic, he still beat Damian Lillard in 5 games. So it's just a whole lot of narratives about Damian Lillard being clutch. In fact, he was never clutch. He's overrated as a clutch performer. Okay, highly overrated. He's just known for those 2 shots. So that's just my opinion on the situation pertaining to him in the playoffs. Now, does this change life for the Heat if they were to get him? In my opinion, I think that they're definitely going to regress. Meaning, I don't think that they're going to go to the finals. I think that they will definitely be a second round exit. Because Damian Lillard, like I said, he doesn't hit the big shots like he's made out to be. Those were against first round teams that were made to be first round exits. In the East, it has gotten a little bit better over the years. I don't think that they will be able to beat a Boston. I don't believe that they will be able to beat the Bucks. Okay? And Damian Lillard, he's easily the worst defender at the point guard position, and it's not even close. I mean, the amount of effort that he puts up, I mean, it's like James Harden 2015 level. It's just on delay. On delay, on delay. Horrible defense. You just get right past them. All right? And that's what it's like for Damian Lillard. He puts no effort in. All right? And in my opinion, I don't believe that this is a super team. Because if they were to get together, there's no automatic, saying in our minds that they're going to win the championship. Okay? This is not a super team. And Jimmy Butler, he's up and down in the postseason. Okay? He'll have his good games and he's going to have his bad. He's not consistent. Okay? I mean, Bam Adebayo in the playoffs, he was far more consistent than Jimmy Butler was. I mean, as far as defensively and also offensively, especially in the finals. Bam was hitting shots, but he couldn't stop Jokic. Okay. And when it comes to, adding somebody like Dame, who, in my opinion, was never a superstar in the first place. Okay. Now, a case could be made that he's a top 10 player, but top 10 players, they're not all superstars. They're not. Okay. In my opinion, I think that it's only 5, 6 superstars in the league. Okay. You got Steph. All right. You got KD. Got Kawhi. You got Giannis. You got Jokic. Those are the superstars for the most part. Okay? Because they've been there, they've done that. They've been to the finals. They won championships. All right? This is something that Damian Lillard has never done in Portland, even when he had the chance. Think about it. In 2016, when Steph was injured, Steph, he was out for about 3 of those games. Okay? The Warriors, they still went up 2-1 without Steph. That was Damian Lillard's chance to show that he could do it even against the Warriors. Okay? But Klay Thompson showed up. Draymond Green showed up. Their bench showed up. And they were still able to go up 2-1. And then Steph closed it. And they won in 5 games. Not a 6 or 7 game series, 5 games. And the game where he came back, he was only supposed to play 25 minutes because he was coming back from a sprained MCL. He came off the bench, and then he gave the Portland Trailblazers 40 points. And we can't act like Damian Lillard hasn't had a team or a good squad on his hands. Okay? I mean, it's up and down with that. Okay? Some years he'll have a good squad, some years he won't. Okay? I'll give him that. All right? But, when things are, tailor made for him to be able to advance and to be the best, he just doesn't show up. And I could say the same thing about Jimmy Butler. That's the same thing for Jimmy Butler. Yes, he gets all the acclaim and all the love and stuff like that because of him being a workhorse, him trying hard. Okay? But he's just not a superstar. We got to stop, making everybody a superstar just because of what they're making in terms of their contract and also the amount of media hype that everybody gives them. Okay? But if you really dial it down, it's only like 5 to 6 superstars in the league in the first place. Those are the players who get it done, who win championships, win MVPs. It's not the players who go to the first round, second round. Okay? I mean, to me, I think that the reason why he keep going to the finals is more because of Eric Spoelstra than it is because of Jimmy Butler. Okay? Jimmy Butler, I mean, he's benefited immensely for playing for the Heat because of how strict they are when it comes to their discipline. Everybody's in shape. The conditioning is very good. All right. And he always knows the right plays to call up and stuff like that to help his team get victories. But remember, the Heat, they were an 8th seed. Okay. And I can see other teams getting better in the Eastern Conference. Okay. And the real situation that I want to bring up is, look, I understand why, Damian wants to leave the Portland Trail Blazers. Okay, I do. All right, they're not a great franchise in terms of how it's being ran. I get it. All right. Plus, and on top of that, when it comes to everybody who wants to be considered an all-time great, they always want to be able to one day be able to win a championship. He's just chasing the same thing as what Kevin Durant did. Kevin Durant, he was thinking like, you know, if I don't, get a ring, how would my career look? Okay. I mean, for Damian Lillard, he has to be thinking right now, if he doesn't get a championship or get to a few finals, okay, it doesn't matter if it's the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference. He's coming to the mindset that he has to win a championship because guess what? If he doesn't win a championship, he'll never be able to justify why he's in the top 75. That's just facts. He shouldn't be on it. Okay. Dwight Howard should be on it. All right. I mean, I can name quite a few other players that should be on there, but in my opinion, I don't think Anthony Davis should be on there either. All right. And a case could be made that Carmelo Anthony shouldn't be on there either. But I've already talked about this stuff. But Damian winning a championship, it would validate him going on to the top 75. Okay. Now, is the Heat the right team for him to do it? I don't think so. In fact, I think the best team for him to go to is probably the Bucks. Because at the end of the day, Damian, he's more so the secondary star on a championship level team than a first star. If he goes over to the Heat, he's not going to be the secondary star. He's going to be the first star. And he never was a superstar to begin with. Okay. So that's my opinion on the situation. Damian Lillard, he's 32 years old or about to turn 33, and he's realizing that time is not on his side. And he does want to win a ring. He does. Okay. And at this point, he's just copying exactly what Kevin Durant did, exactly what LeBron James did, and exactly what all the other players have done. Okay. The only difference is that he's being a hypocrite. Okay. If anything, what Damian should have did was not sign that contract and just left. But no, no. He wanted to request the trade in the middle of his contract. And he only made one option for the team and not for any other teams or any other type of suggestions for his former franchise to get better. No, he's essentially stabbing them in the back. And guess what else he said? If the Portland Trailblazers trade him to a different team, he said that he won't play for that other team. What kind of stuff is that? See, Dame Dollar, he's not he's not worth a dollar. He's not worth a dime. Damian Lillard, he's an overrated overpaid star. Okay. And, he talks about ring culture and stuff like that. But here he is. But here he is wanting to form a quote unquote super team, even though I don't believe it's a super team. The mass media, they're going to promote it as such. Okay. So that's my perspective on Damian Lillard requesting the trade. I hope it gets done. So then I will be proven right again. Okay. Him going out in the second or third round, I mean, it'll be priceless on my part because everybody will get to see that he's not as great as he makes himself out to be, and as the mainstream media makes him out to be. So that's my perspective on Damian Lillard requesting the trade. Have a good one.